KSC Mach 11A1. Pretty much of an iconic gun. Also built by KWA. It's the same gun. This is an iconic submachine gun designed by Major Israeli Gal. The gun was first introduced with a wooden buttstock, whilst later versions had the extendable, flexible stock, which you can see currently on this one. The gun was exported to many countries, not excluding the US Secret Services. US Secret Services agent Robert Wango, who protected President Ronald Reagan. Yeah, couldn't make it up, could you? Famous films of the Uzis appeared in. Films like Raiders of the Entebbe with Charles Brosnan, Wild Geese, John Caney, Death Wish, Scarface, Terminator, Point Break, Ronin. You get the idea. The guns also appeared in many games like Rainbow Six, Hitman, Left 4 Dead, Battlefield, Call of Duty, and of course, Grand Theft Auto. Hi, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while. So, coming back to you with something which is not new. Actually, this gun's quite old. This is about 16 years old, this gun. And yeah, I'm going to be telling you how wonderful it is. Because it is. It's a mini Uzi. I mean, hello. Look at this thing. I'm not going to show you a box opening because the box is so old, and I have got a box, but it's pretty tattered. This is KWS Mini Uzi machine gun, and it is a beast. This thing is tiny and small and shoots amazing. In regards to, I say amazing, it's not an accurate gun, but 50 rounds in 2 seconds. You may have seen some other YouTubers use this thing. They've HPA'd it, and it's pretty awesome. This one is still green gas, original, but it's still a pretty awesome gun. The Mach 11A has a total length of 25.4 centimeters, or 75 centimeters fully extended. The inner barrel is 115 millimeters with a 6.05 dimension. FPS is approximately around about 350, which is 1.7 joules. It's a green gas gun with the NS2 system, which I think just basically means it's more efficient and works better in the cold. The gun's made out of heavy-duty polymer casing. Except for the bolt barrel magazine, stock steel is steel, and the file select. The gun is an open bolt system which has a cocking handle to the top and a realistic bolt movement. Has a retractable shoulder stop, shoots in semi and fully automatic, and adjustable hopper. Come on, I have to do it sometime. Uzi 9mm. It's a pretty compact little gun. The good thing with this one is a gas blowback open bolt gun. Comparing it to something like a Glock 18C, it's about the same kind of size, really, and then about weight. But this thing is formidable, and it looks even better with the suppressor on there. I'm going to put that on now. It does come with a little thing here, and this goes on the front of the gun. Actually, you have to take it down. Some say this is a sling mount. It's not a sling mount, because the last thing we'll do is try and sling your gun and have it facing you like this. I can't think that's much fun. This is actually that you put a rag on the front, and when you're shooting, it helps you to stabilize the gun. I've kept mine off because I don't use it and because it's rattling around. So let's put the suppressor on and let's have a look around this gun. That is a pretty mean looking piece of machinery. The KWS Mach 11 submachine gun. Awesome. Now it doesn't come with this silencer on the front, but this silencer is actually for this gun. Let's have a look around. Take a look around the gun and go from there. So what you've got is a polycast body, which is the actual main body and the top part of this as well. Most of this gun is polymer, like the trigger guard, the grip, the extended grip to the back. The top part of this is also polymer. The scope, or the sights are polymer as well. The cocking handle is metal, so is the trigger. It's metal on the stock, and the silencer is metal as well. The bolt inside is also metal, and some of the other workings as well, obviously, like the nozzle. Okay, so we've got the body, which I've mentioned already, coming up to this, which is the single shot and the full auto. You can do single shot on this thing, which is fairly phenomenal. This is the takedown pin. If you look at this, every single video I've ever watched, the takedown pin is always missing. Basically, it's got two parts that come out and hold it in place, and the second part of this is broken off. Every video I've watched, they've all done the same. It's obviously a bit of a thing, but this is part of the takedown anyway. So pretty much all that. You've got a ribbed part on here. I guess this is for holding it, for grip, but then again, I think when you're holding it, you're probably holding it from the silencer if you're going to hold it that way. On the other side, again, KWS markings on the side here. You've got the open bolt, and in the other part of the extraction for the takedown. The gun has a fairly standard 14mm thread, which is anti-clockwise, so it'll take most silencers on there. On top, as I say, you've got these two sights. The sights are, it's not loaded, plastic, and they're pretty small. You've got this kind of like triangular part with a small hole in it, which goes along to the cocking handle and then onto your pen sight to the front. Not really the easiest to see or to adjust to, but who cares? Are you really gonna? Are you gonna? You're not. Something like this, it's just going to be like a spray gun, isn't it? You're not really looking accurate. It's not a sniper rifle. The stock itself, pretty durable. It's pretty solid. You have a button on the bottom here. When you press it, you can push the stock in. The stock has two positions. It's either in, you press the button, or it's out. If you press it one further time, then it comes completely away. Again, to put it back in again, press the button, first position, press it again, and it goes all the way back in. The back part is has a locking system, and if you squeeze it together, it comes up, or you can lock it back into place. There is quite a lot of wear on this. Quite a lot of wear. There's quite a lot of play on this, and it doesn't seem to really lock in place. So when you're shooting it, if you have the stock out, does have a tendency to flick out the way. I don't know if there's a way of locking that. Kind of guess actually if you keep it like this then it's fine, but when you're shooting this, because there's an open bolt and the bolt's travelling backwards and forwards, it does have a bit of recoil. Even if you haven't got that there, you're leaning right down on the stock and it vibrates, and I tell you what, it does go through your jaw after a while. So second, on the other side, again, as I say, you've got your open bolt system on there. Underneath the trigger guard you have your safe and fire, so you have a safety on there. That's it, isn't it? Not a lot to it. Magazine release is a little paddle on the back here, so when you put your magazine in, again, if you know about these, always cock your bolt before you load the magazine. The reason being is that it can cause a problem with the loading nozzle inside and can break it. So magazine goes in. Magazine is a 50 round magazine and is a metal magazine, which we'll come on to a bit later on. Nice. It looks the part, doesn't it? Once you've got the silence on there, the stock out, the magazine, it looks like a beast, and it's quite heavy as well. So the magazines are green gas, which has got the loading nozzle on the bottom, and also you've got the gas release on the top. You have a your lips, your loading lips. You have your magazine lips on the top. These are metal on here, so very, very durable. To load this up, pull this spring down. The nice thing about the magazine is that if when you pull the spring all the way back, it will lock into place, enabling you then to load all your BBs from the top. What you will find is that most speed loaders are pretty tough trying to get into the metal lips. So if you're loading this, you probably have to use it loading your fingers. It's a bit tedious, but it's fine. Once you've loaded it, again, just release that. Magazine on here, you're looking at probably around about 2.5 magazines per fill. So quite efficient. That's the NS2 version of the gun, I guess. As I say, the magazines take, it says on the book 48 rounds, but pretty much 48, 50 rounds you can get into it. As I say, 50 rounds in 2 seconds. This thing is a beast. It is a pray and spray gun. I guess one of the downsides of this gun is that there's not really that many ways of holstering it, because there's not many companies that do them. You can get a drop leg, something like this, I guess. This isn't really set up for it, but you can see that would holster the gun. So again, they're not bespoke holsters for this, but something like that is absolutely fine. Let's talk about the trigger on the Mach 11. So the trigger on here is quite responsive. If you look at how much play there is, actually it's not too much. When you do shoot it, the reset, actually you have to come all the way back out again before it clicks and is ready to fire again. All in all, interesting piece. Let's take this out, let's go and do some shooting with it. So, bit of a disclaimer. When I took this outside and did the shooting, I filmed loads of shooting, I shoot the target work, I filmed me talking and such, and I forgot to turn my mic on. So I had no sound. So what I had to do is record the whole thing again, and when I did that, I think what I did was I didn't pull back the bolt when I loaded it, and I broke the nozzle. So when it fires now, it still shoots, but no BBs are coming out. It's not catching. So I've kind of messed it up. So what I've done is I've kind of amalgamated the two videos together, the shooting within the sound. It'll make sense, hopefully. Hopefully it feels like it's a bit natural, but if there's a bit of a mess up between there, then you'll understand why. Okay, let's take this outside. Let's go and shoot it again, and then come back here and find out what our final thoughts are. Hi, welcome to Outside World. So this is now testing for the Uzi. This is the second time I'm going to record this. It turns out that when you're using a mic, it's a good idea that you have a little green light there, because if you don't, it doesn't record sound. There's a tip. So what we're going to do, run this through the chrono again and see how it shoots. I've just done it before, so I've got a fairly good idea. But we'll do single shot through the chrono, and then I'm going to aim at the targets. The targets, you'll probably see another clip. It might be slightly brighter because I filmed it before. So I showed the target at 30 foot, and then I showed a cushion on the left-hand side because I was trying to save my camera from being shot. So full auto of that. Then we'll see if we can do a 50 foot. I think probably there's no need. I think probably we're going to get away with just 30 foot on this thing. This thing's a lot of fun, but it ain't accurate. It's a spray and pray. And you know, realistically, if you're a sniper and you pull this out and you've got someone in front of you, kicking Mustang, they're going to know about it at short distance. But it's not going to aid you in anything else. In fact, you're probably better off using a pistol than you are this thing. It's quite long, isn't it? Even with that out. Okay, let's do the chrono test again and go from there. So pretty much as expected, a few hits on there. What have we got? So 3, 4, 5, 6, I'm just up there, 6 shots on the target there. Quite a lot of them fell short. This thing is peppered. Here are shots all around there. Everywhere but the target. Hi, welcome back. I hope that wasn't too bad. I'd like to have done more shooting with cans and blowing things up and stuff, but well, there you go. So, conclusions. Why am I waxing lyrical about a gun that's 16 years old? Because of this. Because it looks awesome. Look at the state of this thing. If you look on most UK sellers, they have these still. 160, 170 pounds, 180, 190 dollars. But they're always out of stock, and that's because this is an old gun, and I don't think they really make it anymore. Is it any good? Well, the trigger is a bit irresponsible. The reset's a bit rubbish, but it's an open bolt gas blowback gun. The stock is a little bit loose, as I mentioned. The accuracy on this thing is shockingly poor. It's not a great gun at all. In fact, it's a real good BB waster. I'd like it to have been made out of metal. That would have been fantastic. And I know you can buy body kits for this. Being that I've just broken this one, I may look into that. But, well, no. It's quite heavy compared to a conventional kind of like pistol, but with the fire rate as is, I mean, this is a sniper's best friend, as I mentioned before. Is it a good gun? Meh, maybe, maybe not. Is it fun? Hell yes. This is fun. If you manage to get your hands on one of these and it doesn't break, get it. It's a really good fun thing. When you're shooting and it's going full off, it is awesome. It's not much of a kick, but it's not bad of a kick. It's a great little gun. It's appeared in loads of history, loads of movies and such. It's fantastic. I love it. Would I buy one? Hell yeah. I bought this one. Guys, we're on 700 subs now. Amazing. Still only a small channel I've got, but you guys are incredible. Thank you so much for coming back and watching my videos, for commenting, and for subscribing as well. As I say, if you don't already know, please press the sub button. It really helps me as a channel to grow. Press the thumbs up because it apparently does something and tells you when I'm doing another video. But really, guys, honestly, I love doing this because I love guns, but you guys make this amazing. You make this worthwhile for me. So thank you very much. It's been another review. Bit of an old-time gun, this one. The Mach 11 A1 Uzi, mini Uzi machine gun from KWS. I love it. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. See you soon.